Welcome to the Radiant Life with Tatiana. I am your host, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create the best life possible. I'm a master mindset coach, breathwork facilitator, and a passionate little Latina who loves sharing the magic behind your subconscious mind and energetics. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, learn all about spirituality and manifestation, and to be inspired in making a change to embody your best self, you are in the right place. My goal is for you to see and unlock your limitless potential, to have the tools to break free from the chains holding you back so you can create and live your most radiant life. I am so excited to have you here listening today. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hello, loves, and welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. Let's just dive into today's episode on what is Radiant Relationships, why I created it, the story behind it, and who it is for. Because I just have to say, I am so excited to talk about this. I'm so glad so many of you are matching my energy around it and the excitement. I've been receiving so many messages that you guys have been excited and been waiting for me to open it up. So many of you who have joined are excited that there's finally a program that can support you with what you desire, what you need when it comes to creating relationships. And also lots of questions and desiring to learn more clarity on really what is this? What can I expect? And so forth. So I'm really excited to talk about this because it's been so natural for me to create it. And I want to share the backstory around how it all happened so beautifully and organically. And this is a huge reminder of what happens when you trust and you surrender and what it feels like to be in flow and alignment, because it has just been coming out of me with ease. All of the modules, all of the information. And so let's just go into it. So backstory on this. Obviously, if you're here, you've most likely seen my story or heard it or watched it play out in live time of Evan and I's breakup and then us getting back together and having this beautiful, thriving relationship that we do now. So I will say, I have gone through a lot in relationships with Evan and my relationship before that. I've witnessed a lot in relationships. I've worked with a lot of clients in relationships. And a little backstory. So in 2020 and 2021, a lot of my baggage from the past came up. Stuff that I never healed or addressed. And because of it, it created a lot of conflict in our relationship, and which led to our breakup in 2021. I went to Costa Rica for a month to heal it. And but we broke up when I got back. I moved out. And, I had a lot of wounds and beliefs and behaviors that I needed to work on because they no longer served me and relationships. And whether it didn't matter, I needed to work on it for my future self and my future relationships. And if you don't know much on our story, go listen to episode 79 on how breaking up actually brought us closer together. But the work I did with myself allowed us to get back together because it was we were meant to be together. I don't want to say if you do the work on yourself, your ex is going to come back to you or whatnot. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. We can't have that attachment and expectation around it. But when you do the work yourself, you get what you want either way. You get a partner, that relationship that you desire. And over the last year, we've been back together. We are now engaged, and we've spent a lot of time working on us and creating a new relationship and learning what does it take to make it work? What are foundational principles that we can apply to ourselves? And, it's actually been so much fun to do. And a big reason why I have created this is because I realize, one, I'm not the only one that was struggling with what I was struggling with. Two, we're not the only relationship that there's love and desire, but there's conflict and confusion on what do we do to make this work or how can we rekindle it. And I honestly believe that relationships are struggling in our society. Look around. Many of us don't have healthy models to look up to. Maybe it's parents that are divorced. The divorce rates are increasing. Or parents that are still together, but they're not in love. Or they're constantly arguing. There is this glorification of this hookup culture and not committing to one another in situationships. We literally don't even know how to communicate our needs effectively. We struggle processing our emotions and connecting to them. And our generation has wounds, and people have not taught us how to heal it. Everyone has something to heal. And I truly believe our generation is here to heal some generational wounds and cycles and patterns and bring back healthy, thriving relationships. So a little backstory of like how this program kind of came into my little brain is, so in the summer of 2022, I was meditating in the bath, and I get a lot of like downloads. I connect a lot with myself and God and my higher self, and it's so freaking cool. I love taking baths. And as I was meditating, I got the name of the program, and I was like, ooh, that's good. I like that. But I didn't feel ready to work on it yet or create it. Like, it just didn't feel right. And I kind of learned to, okay, trust when it's time, if and when it's time to create or work on something like that, it'll come. And I was honestly thinking like 2 years from then. And I never want to rush the process of creating programs or coaching. And I always coach and teach from a true embodied place. I remember during the breakup, I got this download and like lessons galore. My friends were like, holy crap, you got that in how many days? Like, it was insane, like pages of lessons, and opened my eyes. It was like a veil was lifted. But I had a sweet friend politely say to me, well, just because you know it doesn't mean you know it. And it like landed for me. And I'll break that down. What she meant by that is, just because you know it in the mind, logically, intellectually, whatever, you don't know it in the body yet. Meaning you haven't applied it to your life. You haven't implemented it. You have not embodied the version of you who actually has integrated those lessons in your life. And as a coach and as a person, I value embodiment in how I coach and how I show up. And now, obviously, it's been over a year back together. We're now engaged, and we're still in this honeymoon phase where we're still like in love and have so much connection. And so, yeah, I know I'm coming from a true embodied place. And how I know it's right that this is the time to create it. Well, one, in January, I really started feeling these strong feelings. I started just like, you just have that feeling, right? Then we went viral unexpectedly on TikTok, multiple videos. And I noticed I was getting lots of questions. And so I saw a need for answers in a program to support people. And then we got engaged at the end of January after we went viral, which brought more attention to us. And it just brought our relationship to a whole new level. And I just knew it was time. So that's kind of that's a little bit of the backstory around it. So why am I really creating this, and who is this for? I created this to support women in creating the relationship that your heart desires. We see these fairy tale relationships and we believe we can't have it, or we do believe we can have it, but we're not being realistic. And I want to bring that honeymoon fairy tale version of a relationship that can be real for you. And I created it for the woman who, wants to understand more about themselves and why they operate the way they do in relationships, to help give you a model of what a healthy relationship can look like and how you can create it on your own. I created this for the women who needs to heal the wounds of the past, because we all have something to heal, whether it's behaviors or thoughts or belief or baggage that has created issues in previous or current relationships. And it's time to let it go once and for all for the future. This is for the woman who feels heartbroken and alone, the woman who wants to create break cycles and patterns in her relationships, maybe even generational ones. Maybe you're noticing the same patterns that your mom went through when it comes to relationships, or your father, are ones that you're experiencing now. It's time to break it. It's time to end it. This is for the woman who wants to feel seen and heard by her partner and in her relationship, who desires to feel connected with herself and feel safe to express her needs and desires, a woman who desires to attract her soulmate and to start building the life with them. Maybe you see people online and you're like, oh, wouldn't that be nice? No, you deserve that. Let's learn how to give you that. This is for the woman who wants to ignite that spark back with her partner and learn how to keep it flamed. But for the woman who wants to improve herself in every area, who wants to understand her love languages, the way she communicates, how she can communicate better in healthy, more effective ways. For the woman who wants to build confidence and trust in herself so that she can build that within her relationships. This is for the woman who doesn't matter if you're single or you're healing from a breakup, or you're in a relationship desiring to have more love, connection, and safety and joy. It's all for you, because in order to have the partner and relationship you desire, it starts with you. Because as you improve yourself with awareness and taking action, as you rise up, you attract the next version of yourself because you're embodying it. And then you attract the next version of your partner. So if you're in a current relationship, they can rise up with you and you create this new relationship like Evan and I did. You know, you can build this while being in a current relationship. And or as you rise up, you attract your soulmate because you're now at that level that you're meant to be on to find them. And it's so beautiful how many times I've worked with clients where they've done this work and their partner comes in, and the amount of shifts and changes within themselves, and they create these healthy, thriving relationships. It's beautiful. This is for the woman who is ready to improve herself so she can have that healthy, radiant relationship of your dreams. I believe I've been given the gifts from healing from my past of letting go that feeling and belief that I was unworthy of love, and I've learned how to feel worthy of love. I've learned how to re-spark my connection to Evan and have it last. And I've learned and created new ways to be to be able to create the dream relationship that my heart always desired. And I've been given these lessons and gifts, and I'm truly here to show you how to do it. So if this is landing, if this is resonating, if you're like, wow, I really want to improve myself, or I want this relationship that you speak of, and this is for you. So here's how Radiant Relationships is going to work. Obviously, there's more information on my website, but sometimes hearing it out, if you're an auditory listener, this is for you. So Radiant Relationships is an 8-week program, and you're going to be brought through my Radiant Relationship Method. This is a system that I've used for myself, but also for clients that's helped them 3 times their healing, their confidence, and their connection with themselves and with their partners. I bring you through 3 phases: heal, align, love, and shine. So the first phase is heal. Whether you're single or in a relationship, we must heal from our past in order to create a new future. So it's time to let go of the things that are holding you back or blocking you from your soulmate or your connection with your partner. So that may look like beliefs or behaviors or feelings. My old baggage came up and created the breakup. We all have some sort of healing to do. Then we move into the phase 2, which is aligning. Once you let go of the things from the past, you get to step in with like a clear set of goggles, or the veil is lifted, right? And you get to decide, what do you truly desire? What do you value in a relationship and in a partner? And how can you either attract that in someone or communicate that if you're currently in a relationship, so that you can get your needs met in the way that you deserve. And finally, love and shine. This is your final phase where you're embodying this new version of you. You have the clarity, and this is where you're going to be able to attract that partner, learn how to do that, or learn how to enhance the current relationship you have, and having lessons, tools, and techniques to better show up and create these radiant relationships. So the nitty-gritty of how it works: there's weekly video modules to learn and build new foundations, weekly workbooks so that you can go within yourself and implement the lessons, because knowledge is not power. Embodiment and implementation is. There's weekly journal prompts and meditations to connect deeper with yourself, to get grounded. Because if you don't go within, you go without. There are tools and resources to help you every step of the way, like, manifestation series, because it's all about energy. How can you attract that version of you, that version of your partner, that soulmate, that relationship? There's bonuses. And I think the most pivotal, powerful things that's going to support you is the weekly group coaching calls for support with where you're at, asking questions, sharing what's coming up, and maybe seeing things in a new light. That's what coaching's all about, and accountability to take action. And there's going to be 2 breathwork calls. Get out of your head and into your body. And the best part is there's lifetime access. You get to revisit this material, because you may not need to hear something in the moment you go through it once, but maybe in a few months from now or in a year, it's going to be there for you. So a few topics that you can expect that we're going to go in depth and cover are protection mechanisms, your attachment styles, your love languages, communication styles, how to improve your communication of either your feelings or your needs, improve the behaviors of how you show up in your relationships, and, giving you really tools, step-by-step processes to really put this into practice, into your specific life, your specific situation. So if this sounds like something you're ready to do, I would love to have you inside. We already have women who are joined, who are ready to go. You can obviously learn more at my website. I'll put the link in the show notes below. It's tatianacuto.com/radiant relationships. And we start April 10th. This is the first round, and I'm so excited for it to begin. And obviously, depending when you hear this, there will be future rounds, and we haven't really figured out how it's going to look moving forward. I can't guarantee the next round it's going to open or what that's going to look like. So if you're interested, join now and get inside. This is the first time we're launching it, so there's special prices and bonuses, and you'll really be able to be the I forget what the word is, the founding members of the program. There we go. So yeah, here's a little bit of why I created this, who it's for, what to expect, and the backstory around it. And I truly believe we're all worthy and deserving of having those relationships, that connection, the intimacy, the love that you know deep down you desire. We all desire it. We are humans, and I truly believe I can support you every step of the way and show you how. So if you have any questions, please send me a message. You can email me. You can send me a DM on Instagram or Facebook, and make sure it's a good fit for you based on where you're at. And I can't wait to have you inside. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this supported you in making an empowered decision in yourself, and excited to see your beautiful faces inside of the program and answer any questions you may have. All right, I will see you in the next episode. I hope you have the most radiant day. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't already following me, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Cuto. Make sure to tag me in any posts that you share. I love and appreciate you so much and cannot wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out and radiate your light into the world.